In today's video, Jeffree Star surprises everyone when he finally speaks out after weeks of silence, and it didn't go over well. That story coming up now. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. If you're a return subscriber, I sure do appreciate your continued support. If you're new here and you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, click on that notification bell and select it to all. That way you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Before we get started, and as always, I do need to remind you all that I am a drama commentary channel. I have opinions and I speak them freely. Opinions are not facts, they never have been facts, and they never will be facts. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. It's now been over 2 weeks since Tati Westbrook uploaded her Breaking My Silence video where she accused both Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson of feeding her lies and manipulated her into exposing James Charles last year. Rather than come out like a bat out of hell to defend himself in true Jeffree Star fashion, he actually surprised quite a few of us when he decided to remain silent, but that silence has finally come to an end. On Saturday, Jeffree Star unexpectedly uploaded a 10-minute video called Doing What's Right. Jeffree stated that he has taken his time away from social media to reflect on himself, admitted that he is the problem, that he purposely made himself the victim in the past, and is now working on becoming the solution to him being the problem. Jeffree went on to say that like last year, he will not be exposing anyone involved in the situation by showing receipts, despite others believing that he would. He claims that that is not who he is and he won't entertain the idea, but his lawyers behind the scenes will be. Jeffree Star goes on to admit that he has impulse control issues, doesn't think things through, or how his actions will affect others. He concedes that he is a flawed individual and hopes that others can and will learn from his mistakes. When it comes to the situation between Shane Dawson, Tati Westbrook, James Charles, and himself, he claims that he never tried to take anyone down, has never tried to blackmail anyone, and that a lot of the things that have been said are false. Jeffree did apologize to James Charles and admitted that he should have come to him first regarding accusations that were made about him behind the scenes instead of just believing what was being said. Jeffree then went on to say that we should not be focusing on the drama between the four of them, but should be focusing all of our attention on the Black Lives Matter movement and the other major issues going on in the world right now. He then moved on to discuss Shane Dawson. Jeffree said that Shane Dawson is one of his best friends, is selfless, and is one of the kindest people he has ever met. He doesn't condone the things that he said and done in the past, but he isn't going to abandon him either. After discussing his friendship with Shane Dawson, Jeffree decided to then discuss his cosmetics company. He pointed out that he was once homeless but followed his dream, which got him to where he is today. According to Jeffree, his brand is very inclusive to everyone and always has been from the start. All beauty matters, he said. He pointed out that whenever brands didn't include shade ranges for everyone, he was the first person to point it out and will continue to do so. Finally, he discussed what the future holds. He mentioned that Jeffree Star Cosmetics has a lot of great things coming out and August is going to be very exciting. It shouldn't come as a shock to anyone that Jeffree Star's video received mixed reviews. Die-hard Jeffree Star stans were quick to show their support and love. One stan tweeted, "To everyone in the comments canceling Jeffree, please imagine this happening to yourself and having people strip you down for their own personal entertainment. He's changing, let him grow. He was wrong in the past, at least he's not shifting blame like little Miss Tati." Someone else wrote, "All I'm saying is that Tati started everything. It was her video about James. Jeffree technically didn't need to apologize. And also, Jeffree Star sends money to people in need when we all know that every beauty guru is a millionaire." Finally, someone else tweeted, "Standing by you 100%. People make mistakes. We are all human. I have said and done some stupid, mean, hurtful things in my past, but we learn and we grow from it. Hope you're doing well." And it wasn't just the stans that offered up their support. Eugenia Cooney tweeted, "This was a great video and I totally support you, Jeffree. So glad you're back." Keemstar also decided to offer up his thoughts on the video. "Never bet against Jeffree Star. The man killed it in his response. Glad he took accountability and apologized to James Charles." Cole Kerrigan and Mama Mitchell also showed their support on his Instagram post. But despite receiving praise from many, a large number of people were upset with his video. I asked my Twitter followers how they felt about it. Sisso replied, "Gaslighting the whole time. He's trying to profit because he has more products coming out. I didn't believe he was sincere with his apology to James Charles at all. Referring to it all as the situation, please. I don't buy it." Someone else tweeted, Would have been more believable, not by much, if he didn't plug his own company. Finally, this person wrote, Jeffree is a joke and a sack of crap that did this video just to promote his launch. Some within the beauty community have also decided to share their disapproval as well. Cam Lester, who recently shared his past experiences with Jeffree Star, tweeted, "The Black Lives Matter movement is not a trend to make your social media platform look good. Breonna Taylor and Elijah McClain are not names you just throw in the mix. Black Lives Matter has been a thing since 2013. Please stop using black movements as a shield." Thomas Halbert also shared his thoughts. He tweeted, "Did this man use the deaths of innocent black men and women as a scapegoat and then promote an up-and-coming launch right after, or did I watch a different video?" The day after the upload, it was business as usual for Jeffree Star, and he went back to tweeting as if nothing had happened. And it didn't go unnoticed. Someone tweeted, "Jeffree Star coming back like nothing happened." Someone else tweeted, "Just another case of Jeffree Star manipulating his audience again so he can get away free again." But tweets aren't the only indicator that things did not go well for Jeffree Star when he uploaded his video. At the time of me filming my video, Doing What's Right has 412,000 dislikes versus 491,000 likes. And since his upload, Jeffree Star has lost over 100,000 subscribers since he uploaded on July 18th. And now it's time for my 2 cents on Jeffree's Doing What's Right video. As always, I'll start with the positives because honestly, there isn't that many. I appreciate that Jeffree Star admits that he realizes he is the problem. Whether or not he actually means it is another thing. If he truly does, I hope that he actively starts working to become a better person. His actions over the years have hurt so many people, and he needs to make amends with each and every one of them, whether publicly, privately, or both. It's going to be a long, tough road for him, but if he truly wants to change, I believe that he can do it. He's going to have to show everyone publicly and behind the scenes that he's actively trying, and I believe if he's consistent with it, people over time will eventually start to see him as a changed man. Regarding Shane Dawson, I feel like what he said was okay. He said he doesn't condone Shane's past actions, but will still continue to be his friend and support him. Honestly, I think this situation is a lose-lose for him, and no matter what he said, people would come for him. Jeffree Star is free to be friends with and support whoever he wants. He said he doesn't condone what Shane Dawson did in the past, as have all Shane's other friends, Trisha Paytas, Blair White. I don't think we can expect much more from him than that, to be honest. However, I do think he should have said something publicly much sooner than he did. The last thing that I appreciated about his video was him publicly apologizing to James Charles, but again, whether or not he meant it is a whole other issue. In the end, it is up to James Charles and James Charles alone to decide if he believes Jeffree Star was in earnest with his apology, and only James Charles can accept it. Now moving on to the many, many issues I had with his video. Overall, I found it to be pathetic and embarrassing. If I were to rank his apology video, if you can even call it that, I'd put it just above or maybe equal to Laura Lee's crying apology video from Dramageddon 1. Let's start with a thumbnail. Tacky. When I look at his thumbnail, I don't see someone who is sorry for what he's done. I don't see someone with regrets. I see someone caring more about what he looks like, someone who is self-absorbed. It makes him look very, very fake. It just rubbed me the wrong way. I think he should have went with an image from the video itself because it would have looked a lot less egocentric. Possibly. Another issue that I had was with his tone. He came off a bit too aggressive. It was as if he was annoyed at the fact that he even had to make a video addressing the situation in the first place. His frustration and annoyance made it seem like he was talking down to us, almost blaming us for the fact that things went as far as it did and that we're all stupid. Could this be just my imagination? Of course, it's just my opinion. Moving on, one of the biggest issues with his video is that he used the Black Lives Matter movement and the deaths of Elijah McClain and Breonna Taylor in an attempt to deflect the attention from the things he's done. It's disgusting and it did not go over well. He's not going to guilt us into feeling bad for holding him accountable for the crap that he pulled during Dramageddon 2 by saying that there are far more important issues to worry about. No, sir. Because of him, Shane Dawson, and Tati Westbrook, James Charles was falsely accused of being a pred, and the backlash he received was so bad that he nearly checked out early because of it. As Cam Lester said, he should not be using the movement as a shield in order to make himself look good. Oh, and if he actually truly cared about the movement and not saving his own rear end, why didn't Jeffree Star post any links to organizations in the description box of his video? People gave Tati hell for not talking about the Black Lives Matter movement in her video, and I didn't criticize her for not including it for this very reason. Apology videos, statements, whatever you want to call it, isn't the time and place to be talking about the movement. It looks like deflection, and that's exactly what it is. If they truly care, a separate video should be made with links to organizations and the AdSense goes to charity. Right then, Jeffree should have been focusing on coming clean rather than trying to get people to forget about what he did last year because of what the world is dealing with right now. No. Sorry, you screwed up, own it. Stay on the topic at hand and do not deflect. Another big issue that I have with Jeffree's video is that he plugged his cosmetics company. As soon as he talked about his company not slowing down and that August was going to be exciting, I knew the real reason for uploading his video. He had to make a statement because he's launching new products next month and he needs people to forget about what he did so he can sell as much product as he can. Again, this video was not the time and place to promote his own business. It made it seem like he actually doesn't care about what he's done and he truly isn't sorry. Moving on, Jeffree claimed that he didn't try to take anyone down. Sorry, but I'm calling bullcrap. There are too many people that have come forward discussing how Jeffree Star had it out for James Charles, and James Charles himself showed us some of the messages between him and Jeffree Star. Jeffree called him a danger to society and a pred publicly. He told James Charles that victims would be coming forward with videos to reveal his alleged pred behavior. Jeffree and Shane Dawson purposely brought up the drama again for their series, knowing full well it would reopen old wounds, causing grief to both James and Tati, and would send stans back on the attack. I'm sorry, but how is any of this not trying to take someone down? Jeffree also claims that he's never blackmailed anyone in his entire life. Jeffree Star has an alleged voice note on his phone of an alleged victim of James Charles that he has been holding on to for at least a year. Jeffree Star himself talked about the evidence that he has on his phone during Keemstar's Mom's Basement podcast interview they did recently. Both Tati Westbrook and Blair White have come forward saying that they have heard the voice note, so it seems like it does in fact exist. And if he wasn't holding on to it to keep James Charles quiet all this time, blackmail, why the hell is he holding on to it and freely passing it around to people? Also, why is he holding on to dirt on seemingly everyone in the beauty community so they'll keep their mouth shut? His words, not mine.
And a lot of you were like, okay, how come she's never said anything about your friendship? Because I have dirt on everyone, and they know to keep their mouths shut.
Maybe technically he hasn't yet blackmailed anyone because no one has come out against him until just recently, and he's had a change of heart, but clearly he had every intention to up until at least a year ago when he threatened James Charles. As far as his claim that he hasn't committed a crime or been to jail, well, there's some debate about that. Many years ago, Jeffree did an interview where he claimed that he attacked several people and went to jail 3 times because of it. A Twitter follower of mine posted the following clip from an interview to Twitter back in June. I'll be sure to post a link to the full interview down below in the description box.
Hit your mom at a concert with your purse? Oh, you hit my mom at a concert with your purse?
Yeah, this person aimed my last interview and said that.
What'd you say last time?
No, it's true. My mom was really rude to me at a show, so I took my purse and just beat her over the head with it.
What was her reaction?
She started screaming.
Yeah, Jeffree's definitely somebody you don't want to.
Yeah, people.
I want to know. Yeah, people just think they can yell things aren't going to do anything, right?
No, just because I'm skinny doesn't mean I'm not crazy. Yeah.
Has it gotten to that point yet? Besides the
Yeah,
mom?
I've been in jail 3 times for assault, just so everyone knows.
After my show at Chain Reaction, this is me and you and some other people.
Yeah.
Bleeding Through.
Oh, maybe it's, I don't remember.
Bleeding Through were there. We went to go have dinner with them or something, and he walked in, and this group of family members were just staring, and Jeffree just
They were being so rude. They were from Alabama. They didn't have to.
This is the point where I just left.
Oh, you didn't want to be part of that?
Yeah, I was
No, I walked out.
Yeah, we both left.
Oh, so that wasn't a jail night then?
No.
Despite what he said, there is some debate on its legitimacy. Not in the clip itself, but in Jeffree's honesty. People have claimed that he only said that he went to jail after hitting people just to be edgy and that it was all just a lie. Someone even claimed to have checked Jeffree's records and found no arrests. So this could be just another case of where he was either lying then or he's lying now. There is, however, video evidence of Jeffree Star grabbing a man in a very private area without asking permission first, and that could be considered a crime, but only if the victim pressed any charges. If you'd like to see that clip, I highly suggest that you search Twitter or even check on YouTube. Just because he hasn't been charged of any crimes doesn't mean he hasn't committed any over the course of his life, but of course, that's all speculation. As far as publicly calling James Charles a pred and a danger to society, that in fact is not a crime, but a civil tort. He can't be arrested for what he publicly posted to his Twitter account, but James Charles could sue him for defamation of character. And as for holding on to the voice note of an alleged victim, it is actually not a crime to not turn it into the authorities, especially if the authorities have not been asking for it to help with the case. So, he may be correct in the fact that he has never committed a crime which he's been charged for, or gone to jail, but it doesn't change the fact that he's done some seriously effed up stuff over the years and hurt a lot of people. Jeffree goes on to claim that a lot of false things have been said about him, but like Tati, he did not provide any evidence to prove his innocence. And like with Tati, I'm sorry, but I'm just not going to go by his word for it, especially with his extensive past with lying. Now, he may legally not be allowed to show us anything because it appears that lawyers are involved, but he really shouldn't expect us to just take his word for it. Honestly, I still believe that Jeffree Star was the mastermind behind the attempt to take down James Charles during Dramageddon 2, based on everything I've heard from those that have come forward and based on the things that Jeffree himself has put out there. No one is innocent in this. Not Tati, not Shane, and certainly not Jeffree, but I believe that Jeffree Star played the biggest role, as I said in my previous video giving my thoughts on Tati's statement. Overall, I feel that Jeffree's statement, apology, was terrible. I don't believe that he is genuinely sorry to James Charles or to anyone else that he's hurt in the past. Jeffree is essentially asking us, the audience, to forget about what he did to James Charles because, well, Black Lives Matter and 2020 is hell. I also found him to be very immature when talking about how we need to hold everyone accountable for their part in this mess, and not just him. It reminded me of a child saying, well, Susie did such and such too, after being caught by their parents for doing something wrong. Patting himself on the back to appear like he is somehow a good guy also rubbed me the wrong way. He's basically saying, hey, don't pay attention to the crappy things I do to people behind the scenes because I'm the first person to stick up for minorities when it comes to companies not catering to them. When you are truly apologizing for your wrongdoings, you own up to it without excuses, without blaming or pointing the fingers at others, and you certainly don't throw in the feel-good stories about yourself to make yourself look better. You also don't disable the comments to your apology video because it gives off the impression that you aren't open to any criticism, hence not really caring what anyone thinks. In my opinion, I believe that Jeffree Star only came out with this pathetic excuse for his statement because he had to due to the fact that he has a big launch coming up in a few weeks, and he knew that if he did not address what's going on, he was going to catch a lot of hell for it, which would most likely end up costing him business because, as Jeffree Star himself said, when people stay silent, they're guilty. Let that show you who someone's true character really is. I honestly do hope that Jeffree Star changes, and I believe that if the will to do so is strong enough, that it is possible. But given the fact that this isn't his first apology and he's yet to show any major growth, I'm not holding my breath that it will happen soon. It's going to take him years to get there and just as long for people that have lost their faith in him to come back around to feeling like they can trust him to do and be better. For a really good analysis of Jeffree Star's so-called apology video, I highly suggest that you check out Dr. Grande's video discussing it. He also analyzes Shane Dawson and Tati Westbrook's videos as well. I'll be sure to link his channel down below. We share similar thoughts regarding the apologies, but of course he articulates it a heck of a lot better than I do. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for today's video. Be sure to let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, but remember to please be respectful to one another. We can each have our own opinions and be adult about it. Name-calling, vicious attacks, and petty insults will not be tolerated. Thank you! And with that, I am out of here. Remember, if you are new here and you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Everyone give this video a big thumbs up, and hopefully I will see you very shortly on the next one. Bye!